Part 120. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1191. Tianjian Palace's young palace master Jianming narrowed his eyes, thinking to himself, his face showed a lot of killing intent. Anyway, that Fang Fan can't escape. Let these idiots be cannon fodder. When Fang Fan runs out of trump cards, it's my chance to kill him completely. Jianming thought so in his heart, and immediately led the practitioners of Tianjian Palace to withdraw from the battle. There are not a few forces with such thoughts. 10,000 Demons Alliance. My lady, what are we going to do now? Are we going to continue to fight to the end? A cultivator from the 10,000 Demons Alliance said nervously, cold sweat frantically leaking from his forehead. If you look closely, the left arm of this 10,000 Demon Alliance cultivator has been cut off, and the place where the cut is pitch black. Before, he accidentally got a drop of black rain on his arm, and then the drop of black rain exploded, causing his entire arm to be abolished. At a critical moment, he chose to cut off his own arm and barely saved his life. Fighting? No. No need. The people from the 10,000 Demons Alliance and the Earth Demon Sect have already gone to snatch the Nether Sacred Flame. We will only waste our combat power in vain if we stay here. In the end, the gains outweigh the losses. Call, all the practitioners of the 10,000 Demon Alliance, follow me to evacuate. Head towards the center of the Chentian battlefield. Kill the gods and seize the holy flames of the netherworld. The 10,000 Demons Alliance Saint Tianhumeyer glanced around the surroundings, and then frantically evacuated. In the distance, Chen Tianqi, the princess of the Chentian clan, who was leading a small group of the elites of the Chentian clan towards Fang Fan's position, could not help but breathe a sigh of relief when she saw the practitioners fleeing around her. Just now, she saw that all the forces were targeting Fang Fan, and naturally she didn't want to stand by, so she wanted to lead the Chentian clan practitioners to help. It's a pity, less than 1/3 of the Chentian clan cultivators who are willing to follow her in the end. Most of the rest fell directly to Chen Tianji, the son of the great worship of the Chentian clan. If Fang Fan is safe, everything will be fine. It doesn't matter if the cultivators of the Chentian family are not willing to help me, it's just that the prestige of Chen Tianj, the son of the great worshipper, is so strong. My father told me to beware of the big worship line before. I didn't take it seriously before. I didn't expect the big worship to penetrate the family to this extent. Chen Tianji squinted his eyes, thinking to himself. A thoughtful look appeared on his face. Sikong Yuxin, the goddess of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce who was heading to the center of the Chentian battlefield, turned her head to look at the black rain, and her face couldn't help showing a stunned look. Why did I feel the power of some true gods? This is indeed the power of the dark gods, and the quality of divine power is not low. Sikong Yuxin narrowed her eyes, and the stunned expression on her face became more and more numerous. Who is he? I'm not going to talk about my own mystery, but the guards under my command actually have a divine aura. Reminiscent of the time when his pet under his command crossed the emperor's heavenly tribulation, it seems that a true god secretly shot. Could he be the reincarnation of a fallen god? It's just because the divinity hasn't been fully stimulated yet. Although it seems incredible, it seems to be the only way to interpret it now. The goddess Sikong Yuxin lowered her head silently, her eyes shining brightly. It seems that I have to find a chance to test it out. Sikong Yuxin thought to herself. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1192. Lord, the life and death aura in the Book of Life and Death is full. I can use it once to improve my combat power. When the battle was going on, Wei Jia walked over to Fang Fan with a happy face holding the Book of Life and Death, and folded his hands naturally in front of him. Are you full? Speaking of which, it is possible to directly increase the combat power. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, his face couldn't help showing a happy expression, and then nodded secretly. Save this opportunity first and don't use it lightly. If he encounters something unsightly again, let him see what cruelty is. Fang Fan secretly sneered, the risks encountered in this Chentian secret realm are more than once or twice. The practitioners of the major forces were able to be shaken back by Vega's dark magic this time, because they were all anxious to snatch the netherworld holy flame, for fear of being robbed by other forces, so they were more or less involved with each other. Once they are involved, it is impossible for them to attack with all their strength, so the combat power will be dispersed, and then the current situation will be created. It's just out of the Chentian battlefield, out of Wanbao Lake, I'm afraid it will be a bloody battle. Fang Fan pondered inwardly, his eyes twinkled brightly. Fight to the end, clean the lead. Lord, most of the cultivators in the surrounding area have already withdrawn. Even if there are some hard-headed people, they have basically been cleaned up. Galen was carrying the big sword, his face bloody. The round of slaughter just now can be considered a complete killing. However, he also knew that, as a display, no matter how strong a single combat power was, it still didn't have much advantage over a mage like Xiaowujia. Not only is there no advantage, but on the contrary, there is a huge disadvantage. If Xiaowujia and Garen fight one-on-one, although Xiaowujia has extraordinary evil power and can increase the strength of dark magic, it is very likely that Xiaowujia will be killed by Galen with a big sword before Xiaowujia has cast spells. This is the horror of the show. Their defense and attack power are extremely strong. Of course, in group battles, Little Vega can cause thousands of cultivators' casualties by casting dark magic, but it's too difficult for Garen to do that. Especially in the secret realm of Chentian, the cultivation of all practitioners is limited to the one-star Emperor's master realm below. Without having any rank advantage, Garen can kill 1 or 2 or even 5 or 10 opponents of the same rank, but what about 100? 500? Can Galen hold up? The reality is clearly in front of you. Garen and Vega have their own strengths, and only by working together can they maximize their combat power. At least tens of thousands of cultivators were killed this time. Billions of top-quality divine crystals have exploded, and there are tens of thousands of cards. Although they are all king-level and emperor-level cards, but there are also some boutiques. For example, this emperor-level legion card. Fang Fan's eyes lit up, and there was a hint of excitement in his eyes. Under normal circumstances, he is unlikely to continue to open the Legion card, unless it is some very high-level cards, such as the original Blood Shuro Legion. Just open the 10-star Emperor realm, which can bring great help to Fang Fan. The general low-level Emperor-level Legion or the King-level Legion, Fang Fan will basically not consider it. If you open a Legion, you have to keep it. Upgrading one after another is too expensive. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1193. But this time this Legion card is too special. Fang Fan exhaled, and then looked directly at the introduction. Customized Legion card. After opening it, you will get a King-level Law Light Machine Gunner Legion. Law Light Machine Gun Corps. Customized Legion card. Fang Fan looked a little confused. After careful study, a pair of eyes gradually filled with fiery color. I have a law pistol, and I know the power it can exert. As for this Law Light Machine Gun Corps, could it be that they are all armed with Law Light machine guns? And then all the light machine guns fired are Law bullets? Immediately cause infinite power. Fang Fan gasped silently, the excitement was very strong. Very strong. I wanted to have a mass destruction army before, I didn't expect to get my wish so soon. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, thinking to himself, the smiles on his face became more and more numerous. Use a custom clan card. Fang Fan no longer hesitated and used it directly. Ding! Successful use of the custom Legion card. Congratulations on getting a 1-star Emperor level Law Light Machine Gunner Legion. Fang Fan looked directly at the attribute panel of this Law Light Machine Gunner army. Law Light Machine Gun Corps, Evolvable. Level, 1-star Emperor level. Number, 12. Commander, Bayless. Skills, 10 rounds of strafing, Heroes of War, like breaking bamboo. Loyalty, 100, die loyal. Exclusive Legion skill, infinite bullets. As a Legion deduced by law, as long as there is a law, their bullets are theoretically infinite. After reading a wave of introductions, the smile on Fang Fan's face couldn't be stopped any longer. This is a Legion made just for me. Especially that exclusive Legion skill infinite bullet. As long as the power of the law exists, the law bullet can be condensed without limit. Strong. Too strong. The power of these 12 laws of light machine gunners on the battlefield will be completely detonated. Fang Fan thought in his heart, and then walked over calmly. Lord. The commander of the Law Light Machine Gunners, Bayless, immediately knelt down on one knee, and then the other 11 Law Light Machine Gunners also knelt down. These light machine gunners wear a set of military uniforms. This military uniform is specially treated and looks light, but some leather armor is embedded in it, which can also play a certain protective role. As for weapons, in addition to the Law Light Machine Gun held in the hand, it is the Law Army Thorn on the waist. The Law Light Machine Gunner Army, in a word, the whole body is related to the power of law. Lord, the battle on the central battlefield of the Chentian battlefield has begun. Galen flew back from a distance and reported the battle report. Fang Fan nodded secretly. According to the regulations of the third round of treasure hunting, they need to go to the most central position of the Chentian battlefield to kill the 3 gods in the sky, and then they can obtain the Netherworld Holy Flame, which ranks high on the Holy Rank different fire list. 10 different fires. It shouldn't be possible for them to directly kill the 3 gods in a short time. After all, the 3 gods of the heavens are not low in their own combat power, and there are also a number of heavenly soldiers guarding them. Besides that, the fact that the various forces are fighting against each other is equivalent to giving the god generals and heavenly soldiers more time to survive. At this time, you need a quick knife to cut through the mess. 1-hit kills. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1194. Fang Fan thought to himself, and immediately charged forward, rushing to kill the pest. The third round of the 3 gods is actually only the 5-star Emperor's main realm cultivation base. Interesting. But it seems to be much more agile than the incarnations of Tianyi and Tian'er. You always feel that you have a strong sense of self. Could it be that the 3 gods will be the original body of the gods? No. It's impossible. If it was really the original body of the god general, then there was no need to fight in those previous battles, and the result would have been frozen. So there must be something in it that I don't know about. Or maybe the so-called Tianyian will be killed by me before is just the incarnation of the incarnation. So the spiritual wisdom is basically finished. And the 3 gods in front of me will be an incarnation, a real first incarnation, not those secondary incarnations, so it seems to be a little more agile. Fang Fan nodded secretly. Although his reasoning was a little bolder, it was not impossible. The cards that exploded from the second incarnations of Tianyian and Tianyian were basically at the Emperor level, and there is no big surprise. If you can kill this incarnation of the 3 gods, maybe, the cards that can be exploded will be stronger. Holy level. Even, God level. I have to admit, Fang Fan was moved. If so, the benefits are self-evident. Fang Fan is here. Ha ha ha. The black rain is gone. The terrifying black rain is gone. Hi, doesn't that mean we can kill Fang Fan? Hee hee, do you know if those terrifying black rains will appear again? Anyway, I don't dare. If you are brave, you can just rush up. Wait. What do you mean? Trick me? Is it okay not to play like this? It's not good for you to be like this. Hey, let's wait until other people come first, it's better for us to pick up leaks. Chentian Clan, 10,000 Demons Alliance, Earth Demon Sect, and Heavenly Sword Palace are all fighting for the Nether Sacred Flame, and they can't make a move at all, but those 4th and 5th rank forces are still possible. I think if those 4th rank item forces dare to take action, this is really a good opportunity. After all, Fang Fan has 100 combat power by his side, even if it is a 1-star Emperor's Realm combat power, it is only one more than 100, the number is too small. The number of ordinary 4th grade forces who come to the Chentian Secret Realm is at least tens of thousands, according to the ratio of 1/10, there are thousands of 1-star Emperor Realm combat power. Even if it consumes some of these days, I still have 700 or 800 out. The 5th rank power is slightly worse, but it can also take out 70 or 80 1-star Emperor Realm combat power. You must know that there are more than 1 or 2 4th rank forces and 5th rank forces here. Even if those 3rd rank forces are fighting each other and can't get involved in the battle, those cultivators of 4th rank and 5th rank forces are enough. Let's see if they have the guts now. Hee hee, you underestimate the human heart. Fang Fan at the moment is a sweet pastry. Who can easily resist the temptation of a sweet pastry? Preliminary estimates show that Fang Fan also has at least 1,000 strands of God source power, a sacred dragon soul, a holy rank weapon refining material, the essence of earth evil, and even several quasi-sacred artifacts. This is Fang Fan in the eyes of outsiders, and his whole body reveals the breath of local tyrants. Divine System of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1195. Fang Fan. Do you still remember the original biography? Thousands of cultivators suddenly flew over in the distance, wearing white cloud-patterned robes, and now they were looking at Fang Fan with resentment, as if there was some deep hatred between them and Fang Fan. Fang Fan thought about it for a while. I seem to have a little impression of these guys in front of me, but I really can't remember what they are called for a while. Which onion are you? Fang Fan shrugged, unable to remember that he was too lazy to continue to think about it. Maybe it was the brother of an enemy who had been killed by him. Friend. Who knows? Get out of the way and live. Fang Fan glanced at everyone coldly, the coldness on his face became more and more, this was already an ultimatum. Haha. Still arrogant? It doesn't matter if you are arrogant in Chentian City, because the Chentian clan supports you. But this is the secret realm of Chentian. It is the battlefield of Chentian, how dare you be arrogant? Who gave you the courage? Since you want to court death, then I can only fulfill you. Don't worry, I will kill you completely. Let you die without a burial. Go against our divine sword sect, and you will surely die. Kill. Kill Fang Fan. Take the treasure from him. All the benefits are yours. We've got it. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of divine sword sect, took a breath, the excitement in his eyes was beyond words, and the meaning expressed was very obvious, he just wanted to completely open the wave of killing. At the time of the divine sword sect, the top 4 rank force in the heavenly sword star region. When I entered the secret realm of Chentian, there were tens of thousands of horses. Even if it is consumed a bit now, it is no problem to gather 7,000 or 8,000 people. Among them, the combat power of the 1-star Emperor's main realm is thousands. This is the strength of Shenjianman's daring to fight. He felt that this war god sword sect would definitely be able to obtain the greatest benefit. Those cultivators of the third grade forces are all competing for the netherworld holy flame, and in the end, they will only lose their soldiers and lose their generals. It's not like their divine sword sect has directly won the biggest treasure trove. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of divine sword sect, thought to himself, the smile on his face became more and more. Haha, after successfully killing Fang Fan and snatching many treasures for divine sword sect, the position of the chief true inheritance of divine sword sect will definitely be mine. I'll be able to seize this opportunity and take off from the ground up. This is my chance. Anyway, I can't miss it. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of the divine sword sect, is still dreaming of unifying the divine sword section. A fourth grade top force. Thousands of one-star emperor level combat power, tens of thousands of ordinary practitioners. Well, the number of people is quite large, and it can just be used as a test stone for the Law Light Machine Gun Corps. It just so happens that I also want to see their real combat power. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and a faint smile appeared on the corners of his mouth. Thinking like this, he began to issue orders in an all-round way. Bells. Lead the Law Light Machine Gun Corps to shoot long range. Other legions cooperate with each other. This is the first battlefield of the Law Light Machine Gunners. I hope you don't let me down. Fang Fan looked at the 12 Law Light Machine Gunners with an admiring smile on his face. This battle is destined to be extraordinary. Maybe there will be some surprises for him. According to the Lord. Bayless, the commander of the Law Light Machine Gun Corps, nodded solemnly, and then strode out. All troops, shoot. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1196. This is a ghostly battlefield. This is the battlefield of crazy shooting. Here, all miracles will be witnessed. The battle has started. 12 Law LMGS, 12 Law LMGS. Da-da-da. With the sound of gunshots, the bullets were fired one by one. The Law Light Machine Gun Corps is a one-star Sovereign Realm Legion, and it shoots single law bullets. The power of the bullets is equivalent to the full blow of a one-star Sovereign Cultivator. It seems that this is nothing. On this battlefield, the most indispensable thing is the combat power of the one-star Emperor. But they are Law Light Machine Gunners. Wherever there is a law, they can keep shooting. This is their scariest place. The rate of fire of a light machine gun can even reach 500 to 1000 bullets per minute. The horror in it can be imagined. They don't need to change the magazines, they don't need to worry about the risk of the light machine gun blowing up, and they don't need to worry about the logistical supply. All they need to do is to continuously pull the trigger, like an emotionless battlefield harvester, harvesting all the enemies in front of them. Their existence is the doom of all life. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of Shenjianmen, led the practitioners of Shenjianmen to launch a charge. As soon as the charge started, he was blinded. How did those around him fall down so quickly? Just like the dumplings are being placed, they fall down, and then quietly. In his eyes, there are 12 cultivators holding strange weapons. The weapons in their hands can spray devils, these devils will completely invade them. The first minute of the battle, thousands of damages. It's only a minute. Sun Tzu watched the Divine Sword Sect practitioners fall down one by one in front of him, a look of horror on his face, and then quickly fled and ran. The fear in my heart is like reality. It's not practical to think about anything else at this time. Withdraw, withdraw. Sun Tzu took a breath, and already had the idea of evacuation, but because he was too frightened, his tone and speed became extremely slow when he spoke. After a little delay for more than 10 seconds, the casualties of Divine Sword Sect increased by hundreds. Moreover, at this moment, the practitioners of the Excalibur sect have officially entered the effective range of the Law Light Machine Gun Corps. The combat power is more powerful, and the damage can only be said to be increasing. At this speed, it may not be long before they will be completely defeated. This battle will also end in a whole new way. Senior brother Sun Tzu, what do you want to say? Do you want to continue the attack and avenge the brothers of the Divine Sword sect? Everyone listens. Senior brother Sun Tzu said, don't kill the enemy and swear to be a human being. Kill Fang Fan. Take revenge for the brothers. Take revenge. Seeing Sun Tzu's expression at the moment, a stubborn practitioner from Divine Sword sect immediately began to speculate wildly. While speculating, he screamed wildly. Those Divine Sword sect practitioners who were charging ahead really wanted to escape, but when they heard the order, they continued to run forward subconsciously. I see AO. Sun Tzu finally finished a sentence, and then a big ear scratched it. Snapped. Retreat. Retreat. Retreat for me. Seek death. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of Divine Sword sect, was covered in cold sweat on his forehead, and he let out a series of terrified roars. Hit chicken feathers. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1197. If you continue to fight, Divine Sword sect will really be completely cold. At that time, let alone the position of the chief true inheritance of the Divine Sword sect, I don't know if the position of this true inheritance disciple can be kept. This time, he caused too much trouble for Divine Sword sect. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of Divine Sword sect, thought so in his heart, and the cold sweat on his forehead began to show frantically. This feeling is too terrifying. Although he immediately issued an order to retreat, it was obviously too late. While the Divine Sword sect practitioners were retreating, the Law Light Machine Gun Corps had completely vented the law bullets. Originally, when they rushed over, they were still relatively scattered, so the hit rate would be somewhat lower. It's just that when they turned around and fled, they exposed their broad backs, which was a natural target. Being shot frantically and helpless. The battle is now at its peak. There is a visceral sense of fear and unreality. Run, run. Those are the devil's wrath. We can't fight it. It's scary, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm really going to die. Hoo, absolutely can't be like this, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. I still want to live, I want to live. As long as I run faster than you, I can live. You can be a scapegoat for me. Grass. What are you doing? Don't drag me. Why are you trying to kill yourself? Why are you dragging me? Hee, my leg is injured, I'm definitely dead, I'm going to die, how can I manage so much? It's not bad to pull a pad. Son. We are all senior brothers of the Divine Sword sect. We are inseparable from each other, we are all from the same sect. Let me go, I will definitely avenge you, don't drag me to death. It was agreed that we will walk together for a lifetime, and there must be someone on the road to Huanquan. Grass. Labor and capital will kill you. Run slowly, consciously bear the devil's wrath in the back. Get out of the way. Once the wave of evacuation of thousands of people unfolded, it gave a sense of inexhaustible. From the beginning of the battle to the present, the rattling sound of the Law LMG has never stopped. A piece of fireworks lingered, a piece of war swayed. 15 minutes later. It's okay to stop. Fang Fan stretched his back and glanced around in front of his eyes. Within a few miles, there was no trace of surviving. Dead, all dead. The battle ended in this unique way. Sun Tzu, the true disciple of Divine Sword sect, ran desperately. He didn't know how far he ran out. What, how is it? Sun Tzu, the true disciple of Divine Sword sect, swallowed a mouthful of saliva, clenched his hands tightly, and his body trembled slightly. This feeling, so real. Fear has completely swept him. The sense of death has become especially strong. Senior brother Sun Tzu, the practitioners of my divine sword sect were killed and injured, there are countless deaths and injuries, there are only 1,000, more than 1,000 people. The divine sword sect cultivator who was standing on the side was talking, his body trembled wildly, his lips couldn't help but tremble. Sun Tzu was silent, in any case, he never imagined such a situation. At this moment, he just wants to bury himself in the ground and completely isolate himself from the world. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1198. Strong. Boss Fang Fan can sanction one side whenever and wherever. Not to mention, I'm really convinced now. It's amazing. Outside the Chentian secret realm, Fang Fan beat the quartet. It's still the same in the Chentian secret realm. Where should we go to reason? People have such capital. Too strong. Who said to rush to clean up Fang Fan just now? You can do it now. Grass. Clean up the chicken feathers. Although Divine Sword Sect is not a third-rank force, it can be regarded as a top fourth-rank force. What is it now? Don't you have any points in your heart? That's it, it's a death to go up. Who is willing to go up and attack? Wait. For the dead end, keep a low profile, okay. Let's not say anything else, at least save our own lives first, right? The guards with weird weapons around Mr. Fang Fan are too powerful, it's not an exaggeration to take one chance at all. Look, Fang Fan has already rushed towards the center of the Chentian battlefield. Hey, originally, at the center of the Chentian battlefield, there were 5 forces competing for the Chentian clan, the Earthsha sect, the Tianjian Palace, the 10,000 Demons Alliance, and even the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. They have always been evenly matched, and now Fang Fan rushed over to want to end this mess. Well, who can say for sure? Maybe, there might be some considerations in this regard. After clearing the obstacles, the next thing to do is to seize the treasure. The ultimate goal of accomplishing these is actually this, otherwise, why would Fang Fan plan to this day? Netherworld Holy Flame. Anyway, it's a treasure worth tens of thousands of star cores. How can you let him hang like this? Fang Fan smiled slightly, and the smiles on his face became more and more numerous. If you don't even have the courage to participate in the battle to the end, what's the point of coming to the secret realm of Chentian? Fang Fan nodded secretly, especially clear about this point. The 5 forces have joined forces to snatch, but until now, there seems to be no winner. Fang Fan thought to himself. The reason why the 3 gods of the heavens have not been killed until now is naturally due to various reasons. The most important thing is that the combat power of the several forces is mostly the same. No one wants to let anyone else, and in the end, naturally, they can only fight. But their strength is similar, and no one has this obvious advantage. On the whole, it seems that the practitioners of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce are more brilliant. Fang Fan's eyes showed an expression full of interest, which seemed quite unexpected, which seemed to be a little different from what he expected. Sikong Yuxin of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce's cultivation in the Chentian secret realm was imprisoned in the 1-star Emperor's realm, but the fighting power that broke out actually reached the 5-star Emperor's realm. There seems to be something different about her. Fang Fan frowned, thinking to himself. Ding. Persevere until the divine fit, and now release the task conquer the divine fit. Mission Introduction. In front of you is a cultivator who can match up to 100% with true God's divine power. Capture him in any way and make her your vassal. Task time limit, 10 days. Mission reward, increase the number of servant gods in the gods list *10. Mission penalty, deduct all the power of God's source and faith. Remarks, you are a great supplier, and even a supreme God of the gods. You have found an opportunity to make your lineup stronger. As a god of gods, you need a few servant gods to serve you. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1199. The Servant God of the Wild God, the 10th level God position, not in the stream, the servant of the God who is not in the stream under the command of the God of Wildness, can only be held by those who believe in the Supreme God of the Wild God. Origami God Disciple Special Effect 1, using Origami God's gift can achieve 10 times the effect. The second special effect of the Gods of the Wild Gods, Stand-In, you can become the stand-in for the Gods of the Gods at critical moments, resist the deadly attacks for the Gods of the Gods, and limit the range within 100 miles. The third special effect of the Gods of the Wild Gods, Strong Attack, the power can be forcibly extracted by the gods and added to the power of the Gods of the Gods, or it can be given the supreme power by the Gods of the Gods, within a limited range of 100 miles. Fang Fan looked back and forth at the introduction of this quest, and glanced at the quest reward, then fell into deep thought. Arrogant God and Servant God, 10th grade is not in the stream of gods. It looks normal, but this special effect is really strong, and it is basically beneficial to Fang Fan. Using the magical skill Origami's gift on the Origami God map will make the effect explode to the peak. What is the concept of tenfold effect? Originally, using Origami's gift may only be able to increase one level, but after using this skill, it will be able to increase 3, 5, or even 10 levels. Besides that, if I have servant gods, as long as they are in the right area, I can draw their defense and HP to enhance my defense, and even stack their attack power to make myself become stronger. The servant god can also be granted some power by me at critical times. If all 10 servant gods are gathered, and the level is the same as mine, then I can skyrocket 10 times the strength and defense. The combat power skyrockets 10 times. It's so exciting. And there doesn't seem to be any limit, anytime, anywhere. If my servant god is trained to be strong enough to be with me at any time, my combat power will always start tenfold. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, secretly feeling excited. At this moment, it must be false to say that there is no feeling at all. This kind of excitement in my heart is very real. Fang Fan's eyes swept around, and inexplicably came up with a very bold plan. If I turn all the heroes under my command into my servant gods, when the time comes to gather their strength, wouldn't it be able to defy the sky? Fang Fan secretly clenched the double tube. This temptation is great, great. Of course, the premise is that the task can be completed. What the system requires is to subdue the Sikong Yuxin of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce and make her my vassal, in any way. Sikong Yuxin, a divine fit? Does she have any connection with the true God? Fang Fan pondered inwardly, and suddenly remembered the attentive attitude of Tian Ruhe, the president of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce, towards her when she was in the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. Obviously, Sikong Yuxin's identity is unusual. Very unusual. Fang Fan had previously suspected that she was a descendant of a certain high-level executive of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. Now it seems, I am afraid that it is not only a powerful background, but also has a mysterious place in itself. A person who is in harmony with divine power indicates that he must be in line with the true God, also known as the darling of God. It's normal for such a person to have a position. I just don't know to what extent. And, it's not that easy to conquer such an existence. Fang Fan smacked his lips, feeling some difficulty. But for the 10 servant god places, he has to fight to the end. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1200. At this moment, the battle on the battlefield has actually entered a white-hot state. The 4 third-rank forces of the Chen Tian clan, the Earth Demon sect, the Tianjian Palace, and the 10,000 Demons Alliance each occupy one side, and they want to successfully win one of the 3 heavenly generals. In addition, the practitioners of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce led by Sikong Yuxin of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce were operating in the southeast, ready to find a chance to kill the 3 gods. There are tens of thousands of horses in the 4 major third-rank forces, and there are some in the battle, but because there are too many people, it seems a bit cumbersome. The central battlefield is such a big place, hundreds of thousands of practitioners are crowded together, and there is no chance to rush to the IQ of the central battlefield. At this moment, whether it is in the air or on the ground, there are traces of practitioners everywhere. The overall situation looks extremely bad. Winning in chaos, taking chestnuts out of fire, it's not necessarily impossible. The argument goes on until the end, it will only be made into a wedding dress by others. Sikong Yuxin's eyes swept around the surroundings, and inexplicably let out such a sigh. While speaking, the expression on his face became more and more exciting. Because she saw Fang Fan coming. He came so quickly, he really isn't immortal. It's just that the battle here is too messy, I'm afraid there's no way to break the game, right? Even if it has the ability to kill the 3 gods, but until now, it is impossible to rush to the side of the 3 gods. Unless, with a tyrannical force to forcibly open a passage through it. But this is bound to cause a backlash from the 4 major third-grade forces. Is he really willing to do this? Sikong Yuxin's eyes were full of interest in the shrine. She really wanted to see how Fang Fan would decide in the end. From her point of view, it is impossible to start. Even if the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce is standing behind her, she cannot directly confront the 4 major third-grade forces at this time. This time, the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce came to the Chentian secret realm this time, and there were only more than 1,000 practitioners. The total number is almost equivalent to a 5th-grade force. Of course, the combat power is not the same, and the gap between them is quite large. It is clear that the more than 1,000 people in the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce all have 1-star Emperor realm combat power. And in the realm of a Star Emperor, it is considered an elite kind. If you really want to do it, you can kill the general 4th-grade forces at will. Of course, if most of them did it aggressively, they would still not be an opponent of the 3rd-rank forces. But for no reason, who is willing to fight with the practitioners of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce? The family business is gone? Don't want to keep messing around in the future? Tianyu Chamber of Commerce, that is a behemoth. Husband. Just as Fang Fan was thinking, Chen Tianji walked over from a distance, leading hundreds of practitioners behind him. Why did you come here? Aren't you the cultivator in command of the Chen Tian clan? Fang Fan's eyes swept around the battlefield, and he became more and more surprised when he saw that the large army of the Chen Tian clan was still fighting. Haha, the cultivators of the Chen Tian clan have long been out of control. Now all I can order are these few hundred people. The rest, all turned to Chen Tianj. When I came to the secret realm of Chen Tian, I realized that the big worship line has already reached this level of control over the Chen Tian family. Their means of attracting people's hearts is too powerful. That Chen Tianj is the son of the big worship. After I go out, I must remind my father to be careful and make offerings. Chen Tianji said with a serious face.